If you've been around amateur radio for any length of time, you've probably heard someone say, check your SWR. Maybe you've wondered what exactly is SWR? Why does everyone seem to be so concerned about it? And do I really need to worry about SWR? And is it perfect? The good news is SWR isn't nearly as complicated as it sounds. We'll talk more about that on this episode of Ham Radio for Beginners, right here on Ham Shack TV. Hey, producer, roll that clip. Welcome back to Ham Shack TV. I'm your host, Josh AA4WX. Appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to check out QRZ Explorer 1, the Explorer QRZ 1 handheld radio at Gigaparts. Guys, what a great radio. And they've got these things so cheap. It's good to buy a few of them. Use them with your clubs, your Skywarn team. Maybe you've got a family full of hams. They are fantastic. Check them out. QRZ Explorer, the Explorer QRZ 1 from Gigaparts. Use coupon code HAMShackTV. Get you double rewards points right there at Gigaparts. We appreciate their support of Ham Shack TV. Now, in our last episode, we talked about antennas and why they're one of the most important parts of your station. Today, we're going to talk about something closely related, SWR, or standing wave ratio. By the end of this video, you will understand what SWR is, why it matters, and when it's time to take action. Let's get started. Imagine you're watering your lawn. Your radio is the water pump. Your coax is the garden hose, and your antenna is the sprinkler. If the sprinkler is working properly, water flows out exactly as it should. Now imagine the sprinkler becomes clogged. Pressure starts building up in the hose because the water has nowhere to go. That's similar to what happens with SWR. When your radio sends power toward the antenna, you want as much of that energy as possible to be radiated into the air as the radio waves. If the antenna system is not properly matched, some of that energy reflects back towards your radio instead. SWR is simply the measurement of how efficiently power is being transferred from your radio to your antenna. That's it. It isn't magic. It isn't something to fear. It's simply a tool that helps you evaluate your antenna system. Several things can cause your SWR to increase. You might be using an antenna that isn't designed for that frequency that you're operating on. Your antenna might need to be adjusted or tuned. A connector could be loose. Your coax could be damaged. You could have water in it. Or the antenna might simply not be installed correctly. The most important thing to remember is this: high SWR is usually a symptom of another problem. It isn't the problem itself. So what's considered to be good? An SWR of 1.0 to 1 is considered a perfect match. But here's the truth. Very few real-world antenna systems are perfect. An SWR under 1.5 to 1 is excellent. Under 2.0 to 1 is generally considered perfectly acceptable for most amateur radio operation. Once you get above 3 to 1, it's usually time to investigate what's going on before transmitting at a higher power. Don't get obsessed with chasing perfection, though. An SWR of 1.3 and SWR of 1.1 are going to perform almost identical in the real world. Another question I hear all the time is, can high SWR damage my radio? The answer is, like most things, it depends. Most modern radios have built-in protection that automatically reduces power if the SWR gets too high. That's designed to protect the radio. However, that doesn't mean you should ignore high SWR. If something in your antenna system isn't right, it's because, or it's always better to find the cause and fix it. There are several ways to measure SWR. Some radios have an SWR meter built into them. Both my radio in my truck and my radio sitting right here in the shack have built-in SWR meters. You can get an aftermarket SWR meter at Gigaparts 2. Go check them out. You can also use an external, like I just talked about, an external inline SWR meter, or you can use an antenna analyzer. An antenna analyzer gives you much more information and allows you to troubleshoot your antenna without transmitting very much power. So if you plan to experiment with antennas, an analyzer is a great investment. You can, there's a video I made not too long ago about a nano VNA. It's a very inexpensive SWR antenna analyzer. So check that out. Another video here on Ham Shack TV. Antenna analyzers are great investments. Now let's clear up one of the biggest myths about amateur radio. A perfect SWR doesn't automatically mean your antenna is working perfectly. For example, a dummy load has an excellent SWR, but it doesn't radiate your signal very far at all. SWR only tells part of the story. Antenna height, location, feed line quality, and the antenna design itself all play important roles in how well your station performs. One mistake many beginners make is spending 4 hours trying to turn SWR of 1.4 to 1 into 1.2 to 1. Honestly, don't do that. You're wasting time. The station on the other end isn't going to notice the difference. Instead, spend your time operating, making contacts, learning the hobby. That's where the real fun is. Remember, SWR is just another tool, simply. It's there to help you understand how your antenna system is performing. Don't let the numbers intimidate you. Learn what they mean. Fix problems when they appear. And remember, a good enough antenna that's on the air is far better than a perfect antenna that's still sitting in the garage, waiting for one more adjustment. So again, SWR, don't let it scare you. Just understand what it means. What it means. That's the most important thing right there. All right. Appreciate y'all watching. In the next episode, we're going to follow the signal from your radio to your antenna by talking about coaxial cable. We'll explain why coax matters, how much signal loss is normal, the different types of connectors you'll encounter, and how choosing the right feed line can improve your station. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Ham Shack TV, and share with another new ham. I'm Josh, AA4WX. We'll see you in the next video. 73, AA4WX, WSCB 693.